Howdy, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is part 5 of my active imagination story, and here it is. All things join in the cave where life and death meet, part 5. Something in the darkness of the forest began drawing him. There was something alive here, something very ancient, something terrible, yet filled with true knowledge. It didn't speak to him directly, but he could feel it tugging at his heart. His own soul seemed to mingle with this ancient forest, like some piece of him belonged to it. And so he began walking. He could feel so much of himself here, like his true feelings lived in the bushes, in the trees, in the moss, and all the plants, and even the soft dirt beneath his feet. He felt strangely alive here, fragile and tenuous, yet vibrant and ferocious. On his path, he began to feel another presence. Something was following him, concealing itself within the surroundings of the wilderness. He felt it drawn to him as if it was connected to him, being drawn to his exact location. It would hunt him, like a beast who, the moment it became aware of his existence, it was a certainty that he belonged to it. He had no true ownership of himself. It was this creature who he truly belonged to. And it was a hungry beast that wanted to take what rightly belonged to it. Though he had found a new courage in this wilderness, the desire of this creature now stalking him was frightening and terrible. It was far more ancient and powerful than him, and he was only a young beast, freshly reunited with his true nature. He began to run as fast as his feet could carry him. But this thing in pursuit of him was very fast. He could hear it beginning to give chase. The fact that he was so frightened of the beast only seemed to delight it and entice it in a lustful hunger for him. He could feel it tasting his scent through the streams of the air. Its limbs came crashing through the brush. He knew if the beast caught him, he stood no chance against it. He ran and he ran, faster than he could imagine he could. He was gliding through the forest, jumping great distances by any normal standard measure. He was making superhuman leaps, sailing through the air on light feet. No matter how fast the boy ran, he could not break away from this pursuer. It wanted him like an unstoppable force. The boy was becoming desperate. He lunged up a massive tree and began climbing along its massive trunk. Once he had reached the top, he jumped to another such tree. He repeated this many times, but still the wild beast followed him without any effort, always gaining on him little by little. It greatly enjoyed the thrill of the hunt. Eventually the boy came to a large river. He dove into the water and swam to the other side, as agile as a fish, but it didn't matter. On the shore, he looked over his shoulder, and there it was, a massive bear. It leapt over him, blocking his path, then launched at him with jaws open. It snapped up the boy, gripping the flesh of his right leg. It tore his calf off like it was nothing. The pain shot through his body with the horror of what had happened to him. He then looked to the sky, and the claws of the bear fell onto his face with a tremendous force, ringing the bells in his head. nearly knocking him unconscious. Mauled and bleeding from many wounds, he was now in the merciless embrace of this ruthless bear, feeding on his flesh. The boy knew his fate was sealed, and this would be how he would die. The boy powerless to escape. The bear gripped the boy and dragged his mangled body through the forest, back to its abode. It consisted of a dip in the ground left behind by the upturned roots of a fallen tree. In the pit below, there was a single bear cub. It looked at the boy curiously and sniffed at him. If it was hungry, it wasn't hungry for the flesh of the boy. Perhaps it would wait for him to lose consciousness before feeding on him. Something stirred in the boy's chest. He felt the pang of an old pain. All right, so there you have it. Part 5 of my story. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you again soon.